Dear students, welcome to my channel. In this class, I will discuss about the energy analysis of steady flow systems. In last class, I discussed about the flow work which is required to push any fluid into a open system or control volume, either to push some mass of fluid into the control volume or out of the control volume. दोनों के लिए फ्लो वर्क इज नीडेड and in this class I will discuss about what is steady flow process and what is the energy analysis or steady flow energy equation for a control volume or open system. Before discussing, I must say one thing to all of you: please do subscribe to this channel, of course like it, and share it to your friends. And this concept is very useful, and more often than not questions are asked from the steady flow energy equation, not only in GATE but in ESE, and questions are relatively simple also. If you understand this, then you can easily use the equation and solve numericals. So first we must know what is steady flow system. Steady flow system. What is steady flow system or process? You see, most of the engineering devices like turbine, compressor, nozzle, diffuser are steady flow devices. What does it mean? That means it takes some transient startup period, and once that period is over, they keep operating under similar type of conditions. That means all the thermodynamic properties then, after that initial transient period is over, all the properties do not change with respect to time. Steady literally means invariant with time. Invariant with time. Whenever all the thermodynamic properties, be it extensive or intensive, do not vary with time, then only we can say that the process is steady flow process, and the device which operates under those conditions are called steady flow devices or steady flow systems. So we can define it like this: steady flow process is a process during which fluid flows through a control volume or CV steadily. So this is mainly applicable for open system when there is some mass interaction between the system and surroundings. Open system is same as control volume, and closed system is control mass, which we have already discussed. During this kind of process, what happens? Both mass conservation and energy conservation principles are followed, and no thermodynamic property, be it extensive or intensive, do not vary with time. They may vary from point to point or location to location within the system, but as far as the time is concerned, if you measure all those properties at a location at suppose 10 am, whatever properties, numerical values you find at 12 am or 12 noon, if you measure that same property at the same location, that will remain same, but it may vary from point to point. Suppose this is a device, we will measure, and this is a control surface. Boundary of control volume is known as control surface. Always the fluid flow or mass transfer that takes place is assumed to take place in a direction normal to the control surface. Suppose here the mass enters the control volume, and here suppose the mass leaves mass leaves. Suppose this is mass inlet and this is mass exit mass. And what happens? No thermodynamic property like pressure, temperature, volume, energy, be it extensive or intensive, they do not vary with time. Suppose at this particular location, if you measure a thermodynamic property at a certain instant of time, and whatever be the time period, whenever you will measure in the future, the same value you will obtain in case of steady flow process. And but properties may vary within from point to point. Properties may vary from point to point. And what happened here? The mass, volume and energy of this control volume remains constant. Mass, volume and energy of the control volume remains constant once the device has attained a steady state. Once the transient period is over, then all the parameters will not change with respect to time. So since in this case mass, volume and energy is constant during the steady flow process, according to the mass conservation principle, the mass flow rate at the inlet is equal to mass flow rate at the exit. Per unit time, whatever mass enters the system or control volume, because it is an open system, same mass flow rate also leaves the control volume at exit end. Suppose there are a series of inlets, there are more than one streams of inlet and more than one stream of exit also, more than one stream of exit. Then whatever, this is suppose M1, this is M2 dot, and this is suppose M3 dot, and this is M4 dot. M dot means kg per second, mass flow rate per unit time. So M1 dot plus M2 dot will be equal to M3 dot plus M4 dot according to the mass conservation principle. Because the mass of the CB remains constant, and in this case no boundary work is done because volume of CB is 0. Only when the volume changes, the boundary work takes place. Since the volume of control volume remains constant, it does not change, so that's why there is no question of boundary work in case of steady flow process. And mass conservation principle is followed, so that rate of mass flow entering into the CB equal to rate of mass flow leaving the CB, control volume. And if multiple streams are there, then M1 dot plus M2 dot, or even more inlets are there, then M3 dot may be added. Whatever total mass rate enters the system control volume will be equal to total mass rate leaving the control volume. And during the steady flow steady flow process, energy conservation principle is also followed. Energy conservation. So that means energy of CB is equal to also constant, because I said according to the definition, all the thermodynamic properties, be it extensive or intensive, are constant during the steady flow process. So since energy of control volume remains constant, so whatever energy enters into the system must leave it. There should not be any accumulation of mass or energy within the control volume. Otherwise it may lead to increase in mass or increase in energy within the CB. Since in case of steady flow process, there should not be any change in the property. So there whatever mass enters in total the CB is equal to total mass flow rate leaving. Total mass flow rate entering is equal to total mass flow rate leaving, and also total sigma EI dot, that means joule per second or kilojoule per second. You know that in case of closed system, only energy interaction takes place in the form of heat and work. I have already discussed. But in case of control volume, energy interaction can take place through heat, work, as well as with the mass that enters into the system and also with the mass that leaves the system. That means energy can be transported by mass only in case of CB, because In case of closed system, there is no mass interaction between the system and surroundings. In case of open system, there is mass interaction, and along with mass, some energy is also transported, because in the last class I discussed about what is the energy of a flowing fluid. Flowing fluid का कुछ energy होता है. So energy can be transported by mass. So in this case, there will be three kinds of energy interaction that takes place through control surface, that is heat interaction, work interaction, and energy transport by flowing fluid or mass. Energy transport by mass. So we will derive the energy balance equation. So another important thing is, whatever summation of all the energy streams that entering into the control volume, rate of that energy entering into the control volume, मतलब यूनिट टाइम में जितना एनर्जी एंटर करता है उसका यूनिट होगा किलो जूल पर सेकेंड, और जूल पर सेकेंड इज इक्वल टू summation of all the energy streams that leaves the control volume. So rate of energy entering is equal to rate of energy leaving. If there is a single stream, then there will be single E1 or EI is equal to E, and if multiple streams are there, then their summation will be taken both at the inlet and exit end. So how to derive the steady flow energy equation, which is nothing but which results from energy balance equation of a CV. So energy balance equation is like this. Suppose in case of a CV, suppose this is your control volume, maybe any device, and the boundary of any control volume is known as control surface. We have already discussed that. Suppose here some fluid enters, here some fluid or mass enters, and here single stream, suppose single stream of fluid that leaves the control volume, and some energy interaction is also taking place between the CV and सराउंडिंग्स. कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम एंड आउटसाइड में है सराउंडिंग. सो इसका बीच में कुछ एनर्जी इंट्रैक्शंस होता है हमेशा, हीट एंड वर्क like in your closed system, and apart from that some energy transferred by mass takes place also here. So the energy balance equation will be, you know that E in minus E out, whatever energy that enters the system minus whatever energy that leaves the system. Suppose E in is the total energy, summation of total energy that enters the system, and E out is the summation of total energy that leaves the system. सपोज हम रेट उसका कैलकुलेट करेंगे पर यूनिट टाइम्स, दैट्स व्हाई वी पुट डॉट ऑन इट, इज इक्वल टू डी ई सी बी बाय डी टी. ये होगा डी ई सी बी बाई डी टी इज द टोटल चेंज इन द एनर्जी ऑफ द कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू टाइम. Since it has attained a steady state, this term will be 0. That's why E in is equal to E out, that we discussed here, energy conservation. So E in, summation of energy that enters, rate of energy that flows into the system is equal to rate of energy that leaves the system. So suppose during this process, suppose there is single stream of fluid entering and single stream of fluid leaving the control volume. Suppose here M1 and this is M2. So equation will be, suppose at the inlet some heat flow also takes place. Suppose Q in plus W in, I can write like this. ये सभी का हम रेट ले लेंगे, रेट फॉर्म में पर यूनिट टाइम में. Q in प्लस Q डॉट इन प्लस W डॉट इन प्लस M dot, suppose M1 dot is equal to M2 dot is equal to M, because of the mass conservation principle. Whatever mass enters the system must leave the system. Rate of mass entering into the system is equal to rate of mass leaving the system, and we can take it to be a single parameter, that is M. So I can take M dot for both M1 dot and M2 dot since they are same. So M dot, and we know that energy of flowing fluid is theta, which is equal to theta, and theta is nothing but H plus v square by 2 plus gz. This is the specific energy of a flowing fluid. Specific energy of a flowing fluid पर केजी में होता है. ये केजी पर सेकेंड और ये किलो जूल पर केजी में होता है. पर केजी मास का कितना एनर्जी है. सो केजी पर सेकेंड मल्टीप्लाइड बाई किलो जूल पर केजी, तो मल्टीप्लाई करने से आ जाएगा किलो जूल पर सेकेंड. ये ऑलरेडी किलो वाट पे है, ये भी किलो वाट पे सपोज. देन दिस टर्म ऑन बीइंग मल्टीप्लाइड, दिस होल टर्म इज इन किलो जूल पर केजी पर स्पेसिफिक. सो हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर में अगर हम एम डिवाइड कर देंगे तो हाफ वी स्क्वायर आ जाएगा. दिस इज स्पेसिफिक एनर्जी एंड दिस इज एम जी जेड में पोटेंशियल एनर्जी में अगर हम एम को डिवाइड कर देंगे तो ये आ जाएगा. दिस इज द स्पेसिफिक एनर्जी ऑफ फ्लोइंग फ्लूइड विच आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. सो एम डॉट से उसको मल्टीप्लाई करने से रेट ऑफ एनर्जी that is transported by mass. This whole term represent rate of energy transport by mass. mass के साथ जो एनर्जी एंटर कर रहा है ये तो आ रहा है ना, ये एनर्जी इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है. एनर्जी that enters, rate of energy that enters into the system at the inlet. that means ये एनर्जी सिस्टम कंट्रोल वॉल्यूम को आ रहा है at this end suppose. and suppose at exit end ऐसे हो रहा है, इतना हीट इंटरेक्शन बाहर जा रहा है प्लस W आउट प्लस m dot. Since m1 equal to m2 dot, we can take m dot for both of them. h plus v square by 2 plus gz at, this is for exit. So I can take h1 v1 gz1. I can take h2 v2 gz2 at the exit end. So on simplifying this I can write q in minus q out. I will take q out into this side, q in minus q out plus all these are in rate terms per second plus w in dot. This means q out is the energy heat interaction that takes place at the exit end. If it leaves the system it is negative, and if it enters the system control volume then that is convention, that is positive. When heat enters the system or control volume it is taken positive, and when it leaves the system it is taken as negative. When work enters the system it is negative, when work leaves the system it is positive. That convention we know. So q in minus q out plus w in minus w out is equal to, I can take this m h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus gz2 minus m dot h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus gz1. So I can take it q, this is q in, total q entering into the system, and q out is heat that leaves the system suppose. Then this will be q net. That means q net means net heat input suppose, net heat input. You see q in matlab whatever heat entering the system at the inlet, q out matlab whatever heat leaves the system at outlet. But in a case suppose heat is entering the system at the outlet, then I will put minus sign here also. So that will depend upon the amount of heat that enters or leaves. So equation is like this, q net minus this w out, I will take minus w out minus w in, because this one work is coming out of this control volume or system, this is positive, and one work enters the system then it is negative. So this is net heat input. q in एंटर कर रहा है, उससे q out बाहर जा रहा है. सो नेट हीट इनपुट कितना होगा q नेट, और w out बाहर जा रहा है एंड w in अंदर आ रहा है, तो ये होगा नेट वर्क आउटपुट. सो नेट हीट इनपुट माइनस नेट वर्क आउटपुट. इस इक्वेशन में जहीं हमको कन्वेंशन देखना पड़ेगा. वी वांट टू सी द कन्वेंशन. इफ समवेयर suppose we have assumed that here the q in enters the system and q out leaves the system. In some of the cases when any change is required, suppose here heat leaves the system and heat here enters the system, accordingly we have to adjust, accordingly the sign will be changed. We have assumed this Q to be, whenever heat is added to the system, we have to take it positive, and when heat leaves the system, we have to take it negative. So this is net heat input. Q1 आ रहा है और Q out बाहर जा रहा है, उसका मतलब this is net heat input, and this is net work. W out जा रहा है, work is coming out of the system, means work output, उससे W in input हो रहा है, तो net work output is equal to m dot H2 minus H1 plus V2 square minus V1 square by 2 plus G Z2 minus Z1. This is, you see, on dividing by mass we can get this m dot को अगर हम डिवाइड कर लेंगे तो हो जाएगा Q net, दिस इज रेड फॉर्म में है, माइनस W net डिवाइडेड बाय m dot is equal to H2 minus H1 plus V2 square minus V1 square by 2 plus GZ2 minus Z1. So I can take this Q net divided by M, specific energy. So Q minus W. Q minus W मतलब किलो जूल पर केजी, बिकॉज Q net is किलो जूल पर सेकेंड डिवाइडेड बाई केजी पर सेकेंड, वो आ जाएगा किलो जूल पर सेकेंड. Q कैपिटल का Q डॉट है किलो जूल पर सेकेंड, एंड M का यूनिट है केजी पर सेकेंड. सो डिवाइड करने से आ जाएगा किलो जूल पर केजी. सो दिस स्मॉल Q इज स्पेसिफिक एनर्जी, किलो जूल पर केजी, and small w is W dot net divided by M dot, and that is also specific work. So Q minus W is equal to this much. You see, in most of the cases of engineering devices, change in kinetic energy is very negligible. And the fluid when move with certain velocity, if there is no such significant change in velocity, there is not much change in kinetic energy. So it can be, in most of the cases it is neglected. And suppose potential energy also is negligible, change in potential energy, because to calculate the energy change for a one height of elevation difference of 102 meter only, the energy change will be, the potential energy change will be 1 kilojoule. 1 kilojoule for a potential difference or elevation difference of 102 meter only. Elevation difference of 102 meter only, we can have a energy of 1 kilojoule per kg, because you see mass is 1 kg, G is 9.8 meter per second square into 102. अगर उसको हम ये मल्टीप्लाई करने से आ जाएगा जूल में, और 1000 डिवाइड करने से 1 किलो जूल आएगा. सो 1 किलो जूल 1 kg mass पे अगर height difference between the inlet and exit of a steady flow device is 102 meter, then only the change in potential energy will be 1 kilojoule, which is not the case with most of the devices like turbine, compressor, etc. So that's why usually potential energy and kinetic energy can be neglected. So हमारा जो फाइनल इक्वेशन आ गया वो इस तरह है, Q minus W is equal to H2 minus H1 plus V2 square minus V1 square by 2 plus G Z2 minus Z1. So Q is net heat input per specific mass per kg, net heat input per specific mass, and W is net work output per specific mass, and all these are specific enthalpy. स्मॉल h2 माइनस स्मॉल h1 उसका यूनिट किलो जूल पर केजी होगा, और ये भी किलो जूल पर केजी होगा क्योंकि मास हैज़ बीन टेकन टू बी 1, and here also mass is 1 kg, so that's why its unit will be same as kilojoule per kg. And always enthalpy, specific enthalpy is expressed in terms of kilojoule per kg. So this equation is known as steady flow energy equation. Steady flow energy equation, or it is abbreviated as SFEE. Steady flow energy equation. Energy equation. So I will solve a numerical on this, and this equation is very much vital. So it can be derived for most of the devices. So like a question is like this: air flows steadily in a pipe at 300 kilopascal and 77 degrees Celsius and 25 meter per second at a rate of this 18 kg per minute. Determine the diameter of the pipe, the rate of flow energy, the rate of energy transport by mass. You see, air is flowing steadily through a pipe. This is air, and the pressure is 300 kilopascal, and temperature is 77 degrees Celsius. Velocity of air is 25 meter per second, and mass flow rate is 18 kg per minute. So you see, we can assume that this is a steady flow device, and also since nothing is given about the datum, the elevation of the device, we can assume that potential energy is negligible. Nothing is mentioned about the height of the device above the arbitrary datum, so we can assume the potential energy to be negligible. So first we must calculate, before calculating diameter can only be calculated if area is calculated. We know that the mass flow rate is equal to AB divided by V. This is the formula. This small b is specific volume, this is cross sectional area of the pipe, and V is the velocity with which the air flows through the pipe, and small b is specific volume of air. So from this, area can be calculated as, or this is also same as m dot is equal to rho a v. V is the velocity and rho is the reciprocal of specific volume, density. So from which area is m dot v small v, that is specific volume, divided by capital V, that is velocity. Small v of ideal gas, PV is equal to MRT. From that, PV is equal to MRT for ideal gas equation. Or we can write PV by M is equal to RT. Or we can write PV by M is nothing but specific volume is equal to RT. So this is the equation, ideal gas equation, P small v equal to RT. So small v is equal to RT divided by P, that is equal to, R is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and capital T is 77 degrees Celsius, means we have to convert it into absolute temperature because our equation is MRT, T should be expressed in Kelvin. So 273 plus 77 Kelvin divided by pressure is already expressed in kilopascal, that is 300 kilopascal, that is equal to 0.3349 meter cube per kg. And using this, m dot will be, m dot is given, so from this area is equal to, m dot is 18 kg per minute, matlab 18 by 60 kg per second multiplied by small specific volume is 0.3349 meter cube per kg divided by velocity is 25 meter per second, that is 0.004018 meter square. So you know that area of a cylindrical pipe is pi by 4 d square. D is the diameter of pipe. So d square will be 4a divided by pi. So d will be square root of 4a divided by pi, and it comes out to be 0.0715 meter. So first bit has been solved, that you are required to find the diameter of the pipe, that is 0.0715 meter. Then second is the rate of flow energy. the rate of flow energy. Rate of flow energy, is nothing but W flow. Its unit will be kilojoule per second, and that is mass flow rate multiplied by, this is flow work per unit mass. I have already discussed in earlier video. This P, product of pressure and specific volume, represents the flow work per unit mass, that is kilojoule per kg, and multiplied by m dot is kg per second, that means kilojoule per second. So that is rate of flow work, that is m dot mass flow rate multiplied by specific flow work per unit mass, that is product of P and specific volume. So that is equal to 18 mass flow rate has to be converted into kg per second. 18 kg per minute matlab 18 by 60 multiplied by pressure is 300 kilopascal and the specific volume is 0.3349, this is मीटर क्यूब पर केजी. मल्टीप्लाई करने से ये आ जाएगा 30.14 किलोवाट केजी पर सेकेंड. दिस इज किलो पास्कल एंड मीटर क्यूब पर केजी. So on multiplying, this will come in terms of kilowatt. And third bit is the rate of energy transport by mass. Rate of energy transport by mass is nothing but, in case of control volume, energy can be transported through mass also, apart from the heat and work interaction that takes place across the boundary, both in case of closed and open system. But in open system, some energy is transported with the mass that enters or leaves the system. Some energy interaction takes place in the form of transporting. So transport of energy takes place there only in case of control volume. So energy transport by mass is nothing but formula I have discussed, m dot into theta. Theta is the flowing energy of flowing fluid, is equal to m dot h plus kinetic energy. Since there is no mention of potential energy, it can be neglected. So that is m dot cpt plus half v square. So that is equal to, because for an ideal gas, specific enthalpy can be expressed as Cp multiplied by absolute temperature. H is equal to Cpt and dH is equal to Cpdt. For an ideal gas, we can assume H to be function of temperature, and that can be found out to be Cp multiplied by T, and specific energy will be half v square. V is given, m dot is your 18 by 60 kg per second, Cp is 1.008 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and T is 273 plus 77 Kelvin plus half v square. Half v square is 25 ka square, and divided by, because we are calculating in terms of kilojoule, so half v square ऐसे रखने से ये जूल पे आ जाएगा, लेकिन हमको किलो जूल पे लाना है. सो वी हैव टू डिवाइड इट बाय 1000 and it yields the result of 105.94 kilowatt. So that's all.